You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, friends. Today's story. I only got 132. He was a mountain boy born in a one-room log cabin nestled in the Valley of the Three Forks of the Wolf in Pall Mall, Tennessee. Growing up, he was rough, a brawler, a drinker, a young man who made his poor mother weep with his hell-raising ways. But there was one thing everyone in the valley respected him for. He was a crack shot with the rifle. He could shoot the head off of a turkey from farther away than most men could even see the bird. But then a tragedy struck. His best friend was killed in a senseless barroom brawl. It broke the mountain boy's heart. He looked at his grieving mother, looked at the destructive path he was walking, and he walked right into a little wooden church. He found God, and he found peace. He swore off the drink, he swore off the swearing, and most importantly, he swore off the violence. He became a devout pacifist, taking the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill," as an absolute, literal law of his life. Then came 1917. The Great War was raging in Europe, and Uncle Sam came calling for the young men of Tennessee. When our mountain boy filled out his draft card, under the question asked if he claimed any exemptions, he wrote simply, "Don't want to fight." He applied for a conscientious objector. He told the draft board that his religion forbade him from taking a human life. The board denied his request. He was drafted anyway and shipped off to Camp Gordon, Georgia. Here was a United States soldier who absolutely refused to fight. But his commanding officers, Captain Danforth and Major Buxton, didn't throw him in the stockade. They didn't court-martial him. Instead, they sat him down, opened up the Bible. For hours, the officers and the stubborn mountain boy read scripture. They read from Ezekiel. They read from the Gospel of Luke. They debated theology, arguing that sometimes a righteous man must take up the sword to protect the innocent. They gave the young private a 10-day pass to go back to his beloved Tennessee mountain to pray on it. He spent a day and a night on a mountain, pleading with God for the answer. When he came down from the mountain, he had made his peace. He returned to camp and told his commander he would fight. But deep in his heart, he prayed he would never have to take a life. Fast forward to October 8th, 1918. The Meuse-Argonne offense, France. His platoon was ordered to take a German railroad, but they found themselves pinned down in a valley by a devastating crossfire from German machine guns in the ridge above. In minutes, half of the unit was wiped out. The remaining men were trapped, hugging the mud, waiting to die. To save his friends, the pacifist had to act. He slipped through the brush, working his way behind the enemy lines. And then he took aim. Every time a German machine gunner raised his head over the parapet, bang! The mountain boy didn't miss. Seeing one man causing so much devastation, a trench of 6 German soldiers charged him with fixed bayonets. The young man didn't panic. He drew his pistol and shot them from back to front, just like he used to hunt wild turkeys in Tennessee, so the ones in the front didn't see the ones in the back fall. The remaining German commander watched his entire battalion being dismantled by a single unseen sniper, blew his whistle, and surrendered. When the smoke finally cleared, this gentle, Bible-reading, conscientious objector had single-handedly neutralized 35 machine guns. He had killed at least 25 enemy soldiers, and he marched exactly 132 German prisoners back to the Allied lines. When his commanding general later stood before him and said, "I hear you captured the whole damn German army," the young man modestly looked at his boots and replied, "No, sir, I only got 132. He was awarded the Medal of Honor, the French Croix de Guerre. He became one of the most decorated, most celebrated American heroes in the First World War. A man who went to war not to kill, but to stop the killing. His name was Alvin, Sergeant Alvin York. And whether you realize it or not, this is The Landing Point. Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly, and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.